This person says that he blames everything that's happened over the last, he says 8 years. It hasn't been 8 years from since 2016. But he blames everything that happened in the Trump administration on people who voted for Hillary Clinton because, as he said here, we would be in Feel the Burn Season 2 right now. I would dare say it's the opposite way around. It's the Berners who put Trump into office. And I know that there are a lot of people who follow me that are Bernie Sanders fans that are going to be pissed off to hear that, but I'm about to read you some very inconvenient truths. These are numbers from the 2016 election. These are verifiable, true numbers. The number of people who voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary in 2016, but then switched their vote to Trump in the general election, handed Trump the White House. Not people who voted for Bernie in the primary and then didn't like the fact that Hillary was the nominee, so they just didn't vote. Or they voted for every other race but not presidency. Or they wrote Bernie Sanders in. This is people who voted for Bernie in the primary and voted for Trump in the general election. Physically switched their vote to Trump. Wisconsin, 51,000. Hillary lost Wisconsin by 22,000 votes. The number of people who voted for Bernie in the primary and switched their vote to Trump in the general, Michigan, 49,000. She lost Michigan by 10,000 votes. In Pennsylvania, it was 116,000 people that voted for Bernie in the primary and then switched their vote to Trump in the general election. She lost Pennsylvania by 44,000 votes. That means that if just half of the people who switched their vote from Bernie in the primary to Trump in the general election had just voted for the Democratic nominee in the general election, just half, he never wins Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and he's never president of the United States. So tell me again, who's to blame? Oh, and by the way, just for a little icing on the cake there, exit polling also shows us that a lot of these people who switched from Bernie to in the primary to Trump in the general election agreed with a very racist statement, if you ask me. 75% of people who voted for Bernie in the primary but then voted for Trump in the general agreed with the following statement: if only blacks worked harder, they'd be as well off as whites. If you're looking for blame as to why Trump was in the White House for 4 years, look in the fucking mirror.